When painting your project, you're going to be given back your copy, not the original. And you can tell it's a copy because there's a gap in between right here, the paper edges. As you can see, the ink doesn't go all the way to there. We work on top of a copy, so our ink doesn't actually blend together. What I've decided to do is warm colors for my candies, cool colors for my background. Now, I'm going to be taking more than one color. I'm going to take an orange and I'm going to start my Hershey Kiss. And I'm going to kind of use it to go around my contours and layer it on. Intensifying the orange on this side. And then I'm going to be switching to a yellow. Cleaning out my brush. And layering this in. I like changing up colors and not just having one color within an object, but having multiple colors or multiple shades or analogous colors, colors next to each other. So if I'm using a green, I might try a yellow green in there. That way we get a little dimension. If you happen to make a mistake, like I just ended up getting a little bit onto this stick, which I was planning to keep white, I'm gonna come back in and with a clean paintbrush, pull it back up. Over here I made another mistake, but it really doesn't matter so much because I'm gonna be putting a cool background, but I could pull up that if I wanted to, so it wouldn't be there. Now anything, if it's not smooth, you can layer it back in. It's your own opinion whether you want to start with your background or if you want to work with your candies. Either or really works. If I'm working on my background, I can come in here and use plain old water and go around my edges. I'm not painting with anything yet. And I am going to put intense color within here in a wet on wet. Because I am just using the water in the area of my background and not within the candy, my colors will not go there. Now I'm going to grab some of my cool colors that I wish to use. And I can do a kind of style where I am laying in the intense colors and splotching them in to give myself another design. Maybe I'll put a little bit of violet in there since that's another cool color. Probably gonna stay away from my greens and just use blues and violets in the background, but as you notice, it's not spreading into anything else because it just goes where the water is. This is a neat technique as is and will help to blend. Another thought is you can also work with direction. Here's an example of working in direction. This goes horizontal. This area has where it's blending just like I'm doing, and down here has salt. Here's a better example of a salt image where you can actually see the salt and it makes that cloudy look. It's a little uncontrolled. But you're going to try to make it so the transitions run smoothly. Grab a little water, having a little fun with this. As I said, I have this area in the background already wet. So it's just gonna go in those areas. That is wet, and I can come around here. Don't worry about your paper kind of wrinkling. That is okay. It will straighten out later. Put a little water on the back of the paper and it will straighten it. A little more tension and such. So your goal is to blend more than one color within the candies. Think about color planning. I might make this one red and orange. I might do another bit of yellow within this Smarties. Maybe put the red again down here. You want it all over even. What we don't want is streaks with no purpose. These are streaks with no purpose. They're not blended in well. It's very chunky and almost opaque. You don't have to go this opaque. If you want to put shadows in, feel free to use complementary colors. Colors are crossing each other on the color wheel. But when you blend more than one color together, you create an interesting piece. Make sure it's not where you've got these excess, really obscene kind of breaks of color. This is blended. This is not. I do want you to take the time to blend. In the background, if you like, you can throw, while your paint is still wet, you can throw in salt and let it dry overnight, and it's going to react. But you do want the background to look different than your foreground so that it does pop. Cool colors do naturally recede, just to let you know. Thank you.